I built this 10 chest vehicle in Lego Fortnite Odyssey that flies, floats, drives, and I'm going to show you how to build it. First, we're going to go to toys and then vehicle parts, and we want to scroll down to this vehicle base 12 that should be a 20 by 20. So what we're going to do here is just place this on the ground. Then we're going to go back to vehicle parts and we want these half slope base 3s. So we're going to use this big piece as a stencil and we're going to start filling it in with these smaller pieces. So just fill this in all the way across. So you should be able to fit 5 of these going all the way across without it overlapping. Now we're just going to do the same thing for the other side. Then after we finish this side, we're going to rotate it and put one here and then one on the other end. Then we're going to go back to vehicle parts and we want the half slope 1. And that's going to fill in the gap in the middle. Now we're going to get rid of this bottom layer later, but now we're going to add the chests and the other things. First, we're going to go to toys and controls and we want the small driver's seat. So this is the middle of the vehicle right here, and we want the driver's seat to go right in front of that middle point. Next, we're going to go to utility and we're going to take the map marker and place that right behind the seat. Put whatever map marker you want. So this part's a little bit tricky, but we're going to put one balloon in the back, just like this. Then we're going to take another balloon. You need to aim your crosshair right at the corner of that balloon, and you'll know you're aiming at the correct spot when you see it go in between these 4 studs instead of on top of one of them. So you can see right now, it's actually in between those 4 studs. And from there, you don't want to move your cursor at all. You just want to nudge it backwards until it's not colliding with that original balloon. But we want it as close as we can to this map marker without it turning red, and then we want to place it. And now, without moving our crosshair again, we're going to nudge it a few more spaces back and place another one right there. And then again, without moving our crosshairs, we're going to nudge it back even further to the front of the seat and place one there, and then nudge it back a few more spaces and place one there as well. Now we can get rid of this one in the back. So now all of these balloons are directly in the center instead of being off to one side or the other. So from there, we're going to go back to toys and general, and we need the activated large balloons, and we're going to place one all the way in the back in the center and all the way in the front in the center. Now we're ready to put our chests on, and with this design, I did use the gem chests, and I think some of the other ones way differently, so for this tutorial, I recommend using the gem chest. However, you can use any of the colors. Let's go with red here, and the placement's going to be important. You want it all the way up to the edge on the sides, but you want it one space in from the back, and we're going to place our first one there. And again, it's important with these chests that we start from the right and work our way left. And the reason is when you place these chests down, it lets you put one really close to the left of it, but not one really close to the right of it, and that's the closest you can get it on the right. So as long as you start from the right and work your way to the left, you'll be able to squeeze these together right next to each other. Then same thing, when you go to the other side, just start on the right side and then work your way to the left, and you'll be able to squeeze them together just like this. So you want the front of them lined up with the sides, but on the front and the back, you want one stud of space. The next part's easy. On the back and the front, we are just going to mirror these chests, so right here. And then on the front, we're just gonna mirror these ones, just like this. Now we're gonna go back to toys and controls, and we want the medium power center. And wouldn't you know it, these are gonna fit perfectly into these spots right here, and it really doesn't matter which way you have them rotated as long as they fit in there. Now we are ready to break this foundation that we originally placed. Now you might be asking yourself, why not just use this base plate to begin with? Well, the question is, it is really strong, but if it breaks, your entire vehicle and everything on it is going to break with it. So even if like this piece breaks off, the tire might break, but your chests are actually still connected to some of these other pieces. Now we're going to go on to the tires, and we're going to do large steerables and large powered. So let's start with the steerable, and we want those all the way up front, so that way this piece is flush with the front of the vehicle. Same thing for the other side. And then in the back, we're just going to switch to regular large powered wheels, and we're going to do the same thing, just line that base up so it's flush with the back. And of course, same thing for the other side. Also make sure the left side of your vehicle is already going to have the tires spinning forward. However, the right side of the vehicle, they're spinning backwards, so we need to switch these ones so they're spinning forwards, just like these ones. Now we're going to move on to thrusters, and we're going to be using all large thrusters. The first one we're just going to place on the furthest snap point to the right that we can, and then the left on the furthest snap point to the left that we can. And then when we snap it here, it's going to turn red, but we're going to nudge it 2 spaces to the right and then place it. And then for this one, it's going to turn red when we snap it here, but we're just going to nudge it to the left 2 spaces and then place it. And now we have 4 symmetrically spaced thrusters in the back. Then the side thrusters are pretty easy. We're just going to snap one there and there, as close to the tires as they'll get. And then same thing for the other side, one there and one there. Now we have to go ahead and grab a wrench and wire everything up. The thrusters in the back, I'm going to change all to channel 2. Then this one on the back left, I'm going to switch to channel 1. And then the one on the front right, I'm also going to switch to channel 1. And then the back right and the front left, I'm actually going to leave on channel 3. And then these activated balloons, we're going to leave on channel 4. So now channel 2 is going to push you forward, channel 1 is going to turn you left, channel 3 is going to turn you right, and channel 4 is going to lift you up and then let you back down. And then these other 4 balloons are going to make sure you have a soft landing. Just don't be like me and put the steerable tires on the back on accident, although it's not bad for handling. But now all you have to do is activate channel 4 to go up, channel 2 to go forward, and then either channel 1 or channel 3 to do any turning. Not only do these balloons give you a soft landing, but it also makes it light enough to float and be a boat. Now you can't really fly over the mountains, however, it does get you high enough to the point where you can get to the shelf and then drive over them. If that was helpful, be sure to subscribe for even more LEGO Fortnite content. And if you're not already supporting a Fortnite creator in the item shop, be sure to use code EPICBRICKS.